Good afternoon and welcome to the program Transforming Lives One at a Time. It is a brand new year, 2025, and I'm so excited about this new year and all the things that we can accomplish together. This program is aired every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. You can also subscribe and view all my programs on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, Transforming Lives One at a Time. Well, today we will be speaking about setting goals and starting the year strong. My guest today is no stranger to the cameras. She's a mother, a wife. Both she and her husband, Apostle Dianne Mcletchie, are the pastors of Restorer of the Breach Ministry. She's an author, a conference speaker and life coach, a friend, and so much more. She is Apostle Josanne Alabi Dyer. Apostle Dyer, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for having me, and to all you lovely people out there that are viewing this program this afternoon, tomorrow, whenever you tune in. Good afternoon to you and Happy New Year.
It's a pleasure having you. Well, Apostle Dyer, first of all, congratulations on your book, your new book, Graced for the Next, which we will introduce a bit later on. And of course, I know your ministry celebrated 10 years recently, so congratulations once again.
Much.
I felt it was fitting to have you as a guest very early in the year as we embark on the new 2025 journey. And of course, as we face a new year, it's usually a time of much introspection and reflection. For many of us, we ponder on the highs and lows of the previous year, the achievements, and of course, wondering what this new year has to offer, what will unfold for us for this new year. So as we delve into our topic today, which is of course setting goals and starting the year strong, let's talk about how critical is reflection and introspection in one's life as we develop.
Okay, so awesome to start with that, because I'm a firm believer that experience is not the best teacher, reflection is. And that those great words come out of the mouth of John Maxwell. He says that so many people hinge on experience when experience is not our best teacher, reflection is. You see, in life, if we learn to reflect, we make changes. One of the main reasons why we see little to no changes, even though we have plans every year, is because we rarely do reflection. Reflection is the homework for experience. It says, go back to the classroom, review what you were taught, and make adjustments and changes. So if we're going to see anything change for 2025 in your year, reflection is a must. And you're not reflecting on 5 years ago, you're reflecting on what you did in 2024. What can I change now?
Right.
What can I improve now? And what I probably need to omit to not continue in 2025. So reflection for me is very important and critical in moving forward, because now it gives me an internal review of probably what should not be done again, maybe what lessons were learned in maybe a hard process in 2024, or maybe what lessons were learned in a bad situation. But from every experience, the homework called reflection is where the learning really takes place. So if we're planning goals, setting goals for 2025, reflection is a must, because it literally channels you through to get you in a forward position.
Wow, I like what you said. Wow, it was definitely a mouthful. So much information that we can go over and really take in. Because I was actually thinking, sometimes we want things to change. We always want things to improve. But it is said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I like how you put it in terms of reflection. We are going back to base. We are going back to the classroom. What did I do in 2024? And what and who should I omit? Because many times, as I usually tell persons, sometimes we want to take persons who are supposed to be temporary in our lives and make them permanent.
True.
So that is very, very profound, what you said, as we continue that reflection and in that reflective mode as the year has now begun. So let's talk about making New Year resolutions. You know, that is a big thing, not only in the Caribbean, but all over the world.
Yeah.
New Year resolution. Okay, so this year I want to go to the gym.
Wow.
And you start off for the first 3 days. And then
Very disciplined.
we know how it is. And so many other things. I just use that one because I know,
Yes.
that is one that a lot of persons would focus on. And because it is that time of the year and most individuals put their focus on resolutions, we want to talk about some of the things to consider when setting New Year goals.
Right. So this is right down my alley, because being a mother, being a wife, being an entrepreneur, and also being a minister of the gospel, I don't only have to do reflection and goal setting in one area, but I may have to do reflection and goal setting in many areas of my life. So I'm reflecting in entrepreneurship, I'm doing reflection for ministry, I'm doing reflection personally,
Yes.
I'm doing reflection with my family, I'm doing reflection with my marriage. So when the year starts, it feels like overwhelming, because you have so much homework to say, what am I not doing this year? What
Right.
did not work last year? What do I need to improve? So one of the things that is always top priority for me in setting goals is becoming an intentional growth person.
Right.
And not being an accidental one. This is always something that I call like a compass in my life. I am not an accidental person in growing. A lot of people plan goals, but they are not intentional.
Right. Gotcha.
Intentionality has to be at the table for goal setting, or else you're just going to go through 2025 hoping it accidentally happened to you.
Okay.
So when you start your year off, the first thing I would like to encourage the viewers is become intentional. Don't set goals that make you feel good. Set goals that you know you can remain committed to and be intentional about. Because if you change your mind from accidentally growing to intentionally growing, you're going to see that at the end of 2025, or maybe in 3 months' time, your checklist is going to begin to check off.
Right.
Because intentionality frames the mind to now put a process that works. And now this process gives you priority. Okay. So for me to get my goals going, I put what is priority and what is not so much of priority. Okay. It's like separating your mind into a vision board to get it working. You have to now say what is priority for 2025 and what is not a needful priority for 2025. So if I'm getting my goals going, it's not just lumping up stuff. I need to lose weight, I need to eat better. Oh, all these things are good. But what is priority?
Okay.
So my priority is health. What are 3 things I can now do to adjust my health?
Right.
Maybe exercise once a week. Don't go into extreme stuff you know you can't commit to.
Okay.
Right? So start with becoming intentional. What can I commit to and be intentional about that I want to see change? Because the truth is, Dianne, I can have a list from 1 to 100 right now, because the truth is, as we grow, yes, we always need change. Yes. So now you have to do things with intentionality. What is needful and what is priority at the table? Where do I see myself between now and the month of March? Those are the adjustments I would like to make. So for me personally, I take my year in small capsules. Okay. I don't take them in large ones. I set short-term goals, yes, and long-term goals. So I don't feel like I'm trying to compete with someone. I'm 180 and I'm trying to be 120 in 1 month time. I'm taking small bites.
Right.
I'm taking small capsules.
Yes.
And I'm rejoicing with small victories. So I'm not trying to win all. I'm intentional.
Yes.
I'm getting there. I'm like between the tortoise and the rabbit that had speed.
Yes.
I may be the tortoise.
Right.
Most likely I am. But one of the things that will work for me is being intentional. That I will get up and be consistent with it.
Right.
And eventually the hair might get tired, but I'll keep going.
Yes.
So it's not about how fast you can get these goals off the table, but becoming intentional about it. It's like placing a hammer consistently
Yes.
on that spot. After a while, a spider web equation is formed and the wall breaks through very easily. So just keep knocking,
Yes.
being intentional. I'm getting up, I'm praying, I'm prioritizing, I'm doing it. I'm putting in better food in my system, maybe just once a week, twice a week, but I'm getting there. With intentionality, growth will take place.
Wow.
It may not happen as fast
Yes.
as some may do with rigorous movements, but when you check the scale of where you were and where you will be, if you become intentional, you're going to have precise results in a matter of months. And that's how I see it fit, Dianne, to live my life. I don't try to compete with other people's goals. I try to eat small bites. God, what would you have me to do?
Right.
God, what would you have me to prioritize? What is important? Family is important. Marriage is important. Serving God is important. Becoming an entrepreneur is important. Having finance is important because I need more so I can do more.
Yes.
And so I prioritize, and now I become intentional. What am I going to do to improve my marriage? What am I going to do to improve my family this year? What am I going to do different to improve the way I do ministry this year or see ministry this year? And then I become intentional about it.
Yes.
I'm going after it with full force.
Wow.
Eating small bites.
Yes.
But at the end of it, the results will speak.
I like the word consistency. Because many times you would find persons setting goals, and even that word intentional. Because you'll find persons setting goals, but they have a kind of lackadaisical attitude towards it. Well, I really want to get this done, but if I don't achieve it, well, it's okay, I still have next year. And even when you think about that, the word procrastination comes to mind. Because if it is that you keep putting off and putting off, before you know it, 2030 will be here. And what you should have accomplished in 2025
so
and now gotten that out of the way, you're still working towards that same goal in 2030. So those words, intentional and consistency, that is, I think those are two critical words when talking about setting goals and ensuring that they are achievable goals. And we'll talk about that a little later. But I think we need to change our mindset.
That's right.
Because sometimes we pressure ourselves into doing certain things, and I need to get this done, and you don't work it out so that it is practical, so you can get the job done in a practical manner. So, wow, very, very, very interesting conversation. Well, Apostle, you know, in the Caribbean, we have a saying, don't hang your hat where you cannot reach it. Well, I don't know if it's only in the Caribbean, but I guess all over they would have different ways of saying the same thing. Simply put, don't bite off more than you can chew. What I want to find out, how does one create a balance as it relates to having that big vision and moving towards that in faith, that things would work out and still yet not bite it off too much?
When you asked that question, I went back and I thought of when I had to write the second book. I had just made my my fourth baby. She was at the time a newborn, and the Lord said to me, "Joe, pull together your second book, your devotional." And I said to the Lord, I mean, you know, we go into all these before your Father, God. And I was like, God, I'm overwhelmed. I just met this baby. What are you asking of me? I don't have the time.
Yes.
I barely have sleep and all of that. And one of the things I want to say here to yourself, even to myself in this year, and maybe to a viewer, it will stand out too. Passion is important.
Yeah.
Passion is important for your goals to become achievable, but it must be done in a way where passion doesn't override your wisdom, but passion must be present. When the Lord said to me, Joe, you got to do this, and this is the time, and I was like, Lord, I started to make a lot of excuses. Yes. But then the Lord said to me, what about implementing something called accountability? So I'm going to share on that for a few minutes. Accountability is the key to getting goals in order. You see, a lot of us are not practical in setting goals.
Right.
We set goals that amuse our mind. And when we read it before our friends and loved ones, it sounds really good. We sound intellectual, yes. We sound holy, we sound like we just desire to be close to God this year. But then midway through the year, we're further than where we started.
Right.
Because a lot of us omit something very essential called accountability for goals to come to pass. Now, if you're like me and your life could get all crazy really, really quick, accountability is super, super helpful. So what I did, I said, here's what, I'm going to find somebody who I can be accountable to,
right,
to write a chapter a day.
Okay.
Yeah. So I called up one of the ministers in my ministry who's really good at keeping disciplines like that. And I said, here's what, sister, I need you to check in with me every day.
Right.
I want to finish this book in 1 month because I don't have the duration of time. So I want to do this book in 1 month time. But I need you to check in with me every day to ensure I place the work in, to ensure I place a chapter in, to ensure I place review in.
Okay.
And I need you to hold me to it. Just the fact that I was accountable to someone other than myself.
Yes.
Dianne, I got the job done.
Right.
You see, sometimes we omit accountability to get goals done because we tell ourselves we're strong enough.
Yeah.
We're smart enough.
Disciplined
We're
enough.
disciplined enough. And then we realize how indisciplined we are by December.
Of course.
We couldn't even get our weight down from 5 pounds. We realize, you did that, but you went back.
Right.
You did that, but you went back. You did that. Or maybe you're like me, I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna start being more punctual. I'm gonna start working on my time. And then you realize you did so well for so long, you just said, oh, what is 1 time
Relax,
off?
yes.
What is 2 time off? And then you realize you're back in the same place you started at. So, like for me, that's one of my top priorities in my readjustments for this year, time management.
Okay.
I wanna manage my time so well that my time works for me.
Right.
And not me working for my time.
Okay.
I want my time to work for me. So I need to manage my time better. So I'm making adjustments for my time because we only have 24 hours in a day. So if I waste my time, I can't get it back.
Right.
So if I learn to manage my time, I can maximize my opportunities in a day. So accountability is important. And this book, Grace for Your Next, was written in 1 month. Something I could not do with my first book, but was able to do in 1 month through accountability. Saying that to say this, goal setting needs accountability. If you're going to the gym, find someone who's already achieved your goal and said, listen, hold me accountable to exercising once a week.
Right.
If you can find somebody who's already achieved your diet that you want, hold me accountable for the diet plan I'm having for this month.
Right.
If you want to go to church more often, find someone who goes often.
Yes.
And says, hold me accountable to go often. Like I heard someone I said, are you going to have the discipline for this year? And they said, yeah, if I have to call somebody and ask them to wake me up in the morning to
Yes.
get to church, I'm changing what I do. So accountability is like the gel to getting goals happening. So don't just plan goals. have accountability. Find someone in your corner, your circle, who will say, yes, I'm holding you to it. You have to.
Right, yes.
Show up,
yes,
or we're going to have problems. Because by March 2025, you must have so-and-so. You must do so-and-so.
Yes.
You must have some type of progress showing me that you did so-and-so. And I tell you, Diane, these viewers, their lives are going to change.
Yes.
Because by the time December 2025, they are going to say, Diane, this program helped me.
Right.
I've accomplished so much.
Yes.
I've traveled. I've done my passport. Because these are simple things people put and never get done. I've gone for my visa. I've never done this. I said I would do this, and now, Diane, all is done.
Yes, and of course, this is what this program is all about. Transforming lives one at a time. Well, at this time, we're going to take a short break, and we will be right back. You're viewing Transforming Lives One at a Time. Stay with us.
Are you looking for beautiful and durable flooring for your home or office? Check out D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center, Store Bay Local Road, Bonacord, Tobago, opposite the primary school. Our high-quality ceramic and porcelain tiles come in a wide range of colors, patterns, and textures to suit any style and taste. From sleek and modern to classical and traditional, your floors and walls will look great for years to come. D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center, open Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. Call 460-8802 or 639-8281. We've got you covered.
Do you need electrical and plumbing supplies from construction to finish? Then check out Voodoo's Enterprises Limited, Milford Road, Canaan, Tobago. Get LED bulbs and fixtures, septic tanks, water pumps, laminate flooring, press cut power tools, and so much more. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. Call 280-2050 or 660-4970. Voodoo's Enterprises Limited. Welcome back to Transforming Lives One at a Time. If you're now joining us, my guest today, Apostle Josanne Alabi Dyer, and we are talking about setting goals as we start the new year strong. And just before the break, oh my gosh, that was such a mind-boggling revelation there in terms of accountability, because sometimes you would hear about the word accountability and I think we don't give it the kind of props that it needs. So just talk a little bit more about that in terms of, well, we see how important it is, but I want viewers to be able to take that step, make that decision that I have to have accountability in my life if I am to proceed with my goals.
Yes, it really worked for me. So for the viewers who are watching, we're talking about accountability with your goals for 2025. It really worked for me, and me being a person who has so much different hats to wear, I have to have accountability to get goals done, because while I'm setting goal for my home, I'm setting goal for my ministry, I'm setting goal for my business, I'm setting goal for me as a person. So what happens, I have to now have accountability to ensure that my goals get done. And Diane, 2024 for me was a very productive year. I love productive year. I'm not a type that I don't sit back and wait for things to happen. I go and get things happening. Why? Because of accountability. So what I did when I was writing my second book, I had that person checking with me every day. Did you write? Did you write? Did you write? Sometimes I would even not answer. I would be like, oh, give me a break. But by midnight, what I would do, because I know I had plugged into accountability, I would put my baby to sleep around, say she goes to sleep around 11 o'clock, and I would wait till all the kids are in their bed, and I would take up that my tablet, and I would spend at least from 12, 1 or 1 to 2 in the morning, and I would put in the writing. So I would make sacrifice, because accountability is now linked to sacrifice to get goals going. So while I'm accountable to someone, I now need to make adjustments and make sacrifice. So I would use the midnight hours to put in the work so that by the next day I can now say, yes, I got a verse in.
Yes.
I got half of a chapter in.
Right.
I have a chapter completed. And there, the person who I'm accountable to would say, excellent, keep going. I'm waiting for chapter 2.
Yes.
I'm waiting to hear about chapter 3. Come on, get in there. You need to do better.
Right.
So I made sure I also found someone who would be stern with me.
Yes.
Not someone who will roll over and just say, it's all right, you being the apostle.
Yes.
They said, I gave them permission, listen, tell it to me straight. Keep me in in order, because
Yes.
I'm looking at a goal I need to achieve and I want to achieve it. So viewers, accountability is a plus for you for 2025. If you have whatever goals it is, find somebody in your circle, somebody you know that will keep you in a place of discipline and say to you, listen, you said you won't eat, let's say, KFC this year.
Oh boy.
Come on. Right? You don't avoid them, be in their presence.
Yes.
Right? And say, okay, I'm trying. I'm really trying. And I really want to stop. So listen, I need you to hold me accountable to not eat fast food.
Right.
Give them that. And maybe it will just help you cut down. Even if you don't stop completely, you would look back at your year in review.
Yes.
And realize you ate less than you ate last year.
Correct.
Because accountability helps. It helps the mind. That's what it's doing. It's readjusting the mind for
Yes.
change. Just knowing you have to go to school brings accountability.
Yes.
I have to go to church brings accountability. I have to go to work brings accountability. So when we do goal setting,
Yes.
we also need to bring in accountability.
Yes, definitely. And you mentioned that word sacrifice, because many times it is said, I remember I was having a conversation with someone and they were talking about this business person and how they have expanded and how they have grown, significantly. And I was saying to that person, I said, many times we look at persons, their personal development, we see their growth, we see so many things happening, but we are not seeing when they are making the sacrifices. We are not seeing when 1 and 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, they're probably out by the port, probably trying to get a truck to come down. We are not seeing these things. And many times, as we spoke about that word sacrifice, the sacrifice that many persons are making, many times persons are not willing to do what they did to get what they got. And that is so very critical.
I agree.
Because if it is that we are to progress, and I believe every single year we are supposed to progress.
Yes.
Come back to that word introspection and reflection. We have to look and see, okay, where was I in 2024?
Yes.
I must be in a better position in
Yes.
2025.
Must.
Progress. We have got to do that,
Yes.
but it takes sacrifice.
Yes, sacrifice.
It takes sacrifice.
Sacrifice is a major word for setting goals, because setting goals is easy. That's the easiest part of saying, I want to.
Yes.
I need to. So for instance, I could have a goal of I need a vehicle, but then the process, how do I get from wanting a vehicle to attaining a vehicle?
Right.
And that's where we fall through the most, the process. The process is now that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps that you now need to put in place, like saving.
Yes.
Stop spending. Stop wasting finance on things you don't need.
Yes.
Minimalistic living. All these types of stuff comes into play that sometimes we're not willing to make sacrifice for. So, like for instance, getting up early in the morning to be an excellent businessman.
Right.
You might want to sleep later, but then realize you don't do greater.
That's right.
So sacrifice is involved. When I did my second book, sacrifice was involved. I would just lose sleep, but I would tell myself, listen, if you had an emergency, you would get it done.
That's right.
If you had to make a sacrifice for something else, you would get it done. If you had to catch a flight in the midnight hour, you would get it done. Well, listen, you could get this done. I believe, Dianne, it all comes down to programming the mind.
Yes.
The mind is one of the most powerful tools and asset God has given to mankind.
Yes.
And if we can program it well, train it well, discipline it well, goals, becomes easy.
Wow. You know, while doing research on this topic, I encountered the acronym SMART.
SMART.
S-M-A-R-T.
Yes.
As it relates to goals,
Yes.
specific, measurable,
Yes.
achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Yes.
So even as we are talking about making future plans as we are now in this new year,
Yes.
just share your thoughts on this acronym.
Yes. So this acronym SMART has been around, and normally it is used a lot for vision planning, goal setting, and all of that. But it must be practical to our lives, because sometimes what happens is that we take all these things that sounds really intellectual,
Yeah.
but we never apply any
Yes.
of these things. So let's take the word SMART apart as what it relates to. The first thing, in being specific, I would say you must prioritize what is short-term goals and what is long-term goals.
Right.
In any planning, if you don't do that, you start feeling overwhelmed very quickly. What are some of the things I can accomplish now?
Okay.
Why? Small victories encourage you for larger ones. And what happens is that sometimes along the way, we just need small pats on our back to say, hey, what? Keep going.
Yes.
You're going to get there to the mountain. You're starting in the valley,
Yes.
but the mountain is accomplishable if you keep doing small steps. So I would say set short-term goals and long-term goals. That way, the short-term goals is going to be your encouragement
Yes.
to get you to your long-term goals.
Okay.
Measurable. Anything we do in this life must be scalable. You must be able to say, did it work? Did it not work? Should I put it in? Should I take it out?
Okay.
Being a teacher, a facilitator for a couple of years in the high school, this is one of the things we always had to do at the end of a term. You had to scale what you did.
Yes.
You had to scale what you did. You had to go back and review, did the children in the class process this? Did they learn from this?
Right.
Did I see changes? How much did they understand? What was their comprehension of this topic? This evaluation, so it must be done physically, so it must be done spiritually.
Okay.
We must be able to assess, did this work for me? Did it not? Because here's what, Diane, it might work for you, and it may not work for me.
Correct.
So you may use it, a method that works for your goals, and this method just doesn't work for my life.
Right.
Because maybe you have more time on your hands when the day comes,
Yeah.
and I have less.
Okay.
So you must know what is scalable. Is it working for me? Am I getting the results I want? Or am I following a friend's measurement? Maybe I need to tailor something to give me my measurement that works for my life. And that's very important. Why? We all have different growth spurts differently.
Yes.
We grow differently. Just like in life, everything is different with each individual, so my goals are different. You may want a car, I want a car, but how I achieve mine is different from yours. Right? You may have the money to walk into an agent and say, I want to buy a car, and I may have to crawl, save, sacrifice to get mine. But at the end, we both get a car.
Of course.
So the journey and process for everybody is different. So it must be scalable. What work? Is it working for me, or am I just trying to follow a pattern that somebody gave me? It must be scalable. Achievement. I like to say, faith it. Goals need faith. Why? It's something you have not accomplished yet. And when you have not arrived to something as yet, you need faith to do so. Because, say for instance, Diane, I have a goal at the end of the year. Maybe your goal is to be financially stable. As you know, you always hear people say that. At the end of my year, I want to be financially stable and have financial security and all of that. But sometimes to get there, a lot of faith is involved, because you may have never been there before. And anywhere we've never been before requires a level of faith. So to make it achievable, I want to say to the viewers, you must have faith with your goal. If you don't believe it, don't expect me to believe it. If you don't believe you can achieve it, don't expect the gym instructor to believe you can achieve it. Faith must be present for you to make your goals achievable, because you have to first believe this thing. So you can become intentional about it. If you don't believe it, just scrap that paper, because somebody's going to be begging you to do what you don't believe.
Exactly. You're wasting time.
You're wasting time. So you have to believe it for it to become achievable. Then the R, I like to put the word there for relevant, realistic. Sometimes we set unrealistic goals.
Indeed.
We set
Indeed.
unrealistic goals that are just not possible now.
Yeah.
It may not always be not possible, but it's not possible now. So one of the things I like to always be is in the now. What is realistic now? What can I get done now? Because if I set more realistic goals, you find I take the pressure off.
Yeah.
And what happens? I grow more and I accomplish more in the end without feeling all that stress that I'm trying to impress somebody. And goals are not to impress anybody.
Exactly.
Goals are to get you ahead and closer to the vision for your life. So you don't want to feel pressured to impress people with your goals.
Right.
You want to ensure at the end of the year, purpose is fulfilled. And maybe the last letter for me, which means time, I want to say you must work within time with goals. Because if you don't work within your time with goals, it'll just be a dream.
Yeah.
We got too much dreamers. What I mean by that, it's good to dream, but at some point your dream must become a plan.
Of course.
And if we don't have a plan, it never becomes reality. So time is a capsule that makes dreams manifest. Put timelines to your vision. Say in the month of January, I'm going to do this. I'm giving myself a timeline in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, 7 months' time, 8 months' time. I want to get this done in 10 months' time. Give yourself, pace yourself with time. Like I tell my planning team all the time, if you bring an idea to the table and I say yes, when is it going to get done? I don't want to hear, yes, we can do this.
Yeah.
When is it going to get done?
Action.
Because the reality is, if time is not placed upon it, weeks are going to pass.
Yeah, and then months.
Months are going to pass. And then years.
Of course.
Years are going to pass. And maybe there's a viewer watching who's had something a year, 2 years, 3 years now, and is still saying, this year, Lord.
Yes.
This year, Diane.
And every year is this year.
Every year is this year. I know about that. I've been there a lot of times. But this year, I declare it won't be like your other year.
Yes.
You're going to do the practical work because you're watching transforming lives
Yes.
one at a time.
That's right.
And your life is about to be transformed in 2025.
I totally agree. I remember some time ago I was having a conversation and I was telling the person about my vision board and they were oblivious.
Yeah.
Just explain what exactly is a vision board and its importance in the scheme of goal setting.
Okay, so the beautiful thing about a vision board is literally what we talk about in the scripture in Habakkuk 3. Write the vision down.
Yeah.
A vision board is it was designed to give you a visual of what you already have in your thoughts and in your hearts of what your year should look like. So I remember once doing this activity with my women ministry at the time of doing a vision board with their goals and their dreams. And what it did, it amplifies your reality to see it. There's an importance in seeing something, right? And God gave us eyes to see. And when we see, it does something to the mind.
Right.
So it's good to think about it, but it's even better when you can visualize it. A vision board is like having a written prayer down. Just that a vision board gives you an outlook of how it should look like. So, okay, I want a house in 2025. You get a picture, you cut out your picture of your house, and you said, okay, maybe I'll be this exact house. But when I get up in the morning to pray, and I see a reminder that it's the home I'm praying for, this house I'm praying for, it amplifies my spirit. It reminds me of what I need to make sacrifices for. So a vision board is important because it brings discipline. It helps the mind to keep that discipline that, hey, you have a goal to achieve in this year. Maybe your vision board would look something like family, business, travel, vacation. Maybe you will have a bucket list.
Yes.
Maybe you will even have how you plan to grow yourself in your church, service to God, and changing your life. Maybe you will even have changing your finances. So some people will have money and dollars and building their businesses. They will cut out pictures and they put it there, because I remember one person said, you know what it did for them? Every morning when they get up to pray, they could have laid their hands on it. Sometimes the vision board helps you to be able to touch it. To say, Lord, I come in agreement with what I'm touching right now. In the name of Jesus. So it's important that we don't only plan, we don't only write down, but we can also visualize it. And I may not do justice to the person who came up with the vision board, but for me, what I saw out of a vision board is that it's able to give you visuals. And you know, Diane, we all learn different ways. Some of us can learn from hearing, but some of us need visuals to really comprehend something. So if you're like me, and you struggle sometimes with internalizing with just what you've heard, you may need to capitalize on a vision board where you could literally see it, believe it, and achieve it. Maybe then you can just connect it with passion and go after it, Diane.
And it's also a major motivation. Because when you see that vision board and you're already, in your mind, you're already seeing that home. So you're already checking out, okay, this land here, all right, fine. So I'm going to plant the flowers here. I'm going to, it acts as a self, it charges you. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm working towards. This is what I see. This is how I visualize things working out for me.
Even if it doesn't turn out exactly like that, but Lord, this is what I'm working with. Lord, this is what I'm bringing to the table. Help me out here now.
Have a plan.
I have a plan, Lord. You know, the Bible tells us in Proverbs, many are the plans of a man, X, Y, and Z, but it is the Lord. We know, Lord, you are going to do whatever you want. But God, I still have a plan.
You must have a plan.
And I'm bringing it before you. Please, show me what to do from here on out.
Definitely.
You take out and you add in. But I have a plan.
I have a plan. I love that. I love that. Well, at this time, we're going to have a planned break. All right, so stay with us. The conversation is going wonderful. Stay with us.
Are you looking for beautiful and durable flooring for your home or office? Check out D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center, Store Bay Local Road, Bonacord, Tobago, opposite the primary school. Our high-quality ceramic and porcelain tiles come in a wide range of colors, patterns, and textures to suit any style and taste. From sleek and modern to classical and traditional, your floors and walls will look great for years to come. D-Cell's Tile and Ceiling Center, open Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. Call 460-8802 or 639-8281. We've got you covered.
Do you need electrical and plumbing supplies from construction to finish? Then check out Voodoo's Enterprises Limited, Milford Road, Canaan, Tobago. Get LED bulbs and fixtures, septic tanks, water pumps, laminate flooring, Prescott power tools, and so much more. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. Call 280-2050 or 660-4970. Voodoo's Enterprises Limited.
Welcome back to the program, viewers. Today we are speaking about setting goals and starting the year strong. And Apostle, I know that at the end of the year, many persons become depressed because for some, many things may not have worked out in their favor. Maybe they did not accomplish their set goals, a relationship probably went south, and so many other scenarios we could think about. How can a person pick themselves up again after being derailed, and what are some of the things they can implement to get them back on track?
So that's such a good reflection, if you must put it that way, in terms of starting your new year. Something has happened, derailed you, but you're determined to keep going. I would say, first thing, change your perspective. A lot of times it's the angle you view the derailment from that really derails us. Because sometimes if you really change your perspective, you would see that what was intended for bad is really for your good. So the first thing I want to say is, was it really a disappointment, or was it really what you needed to get on track?
Wow.
Change your perspective. Sometimes the fulfillment of our goals don't happen because it wasn't supposed to happen. So sometimes we need to change our perspective when things don't happen that we wanted to happen.
Okay.
Sometimes we want it, but it's not designed for us in that season and in that time. I may have wanted this in 2024, but God says it's in 2025. So the first thing I'm going to say to that person is, change your perspective. Change your perspective on how you saw 2024, of how you see your disappointments and how you see where you're going now.
Okay.
If your perspective come in alignment with what God's thoughts are for you, you'll realize that there were no derailments that really took place. Everything is within the plan of God. Right. You see, sometimes, Diane, we don't understand the plan of God. Joseph had to go into a pit.
Yeah.
He had to go into, should we not say he was derailed?
Wow.
Shouldn't we say he should look at his life in the pit and say, I'm disappointed, I had a dream, and here I am. But it was God's plan.
Right.
So sometimes what looks like a derailment in a season is actually God's purpose and plan. So I would say, change your perspective. Wow. If you could change your perspective and see it from different angles, you actually realize that probably what you thought was bad actually has a good ending for you. So if you change your perspective, you've changed your vision, you've changed your mind, and you're going to change your attitude. If you've been disappointed in 2024, well, 2025 doesn't have to be disappointing if you change the things you did not do in 2024 and start doing them in 2025.
Right.
Because sometimes the reason why we don't achieve what we wanted, we didn't do the things we were supposed to do. So sometimes stop making the excuses.
Yes.
Stop saying if and when and could, start doing it.
Yeah.
Start doing it. So change your perspective and start doing what you said you would always do and you just never did.
Yeah.
Just start doing it.
Make a move.
Make the move.
Sometimes you
put
just
your
have
foot
to
in.
make the move.
Put your foot in the water and
Yeah.
just, you say, I want to write this book. Start penning the book. Start writing the book. Just start. Maybe you don't have the time to pen. Well, start recording yourself.
Right.
Do something.
Yes, yes. And I remembered one of those famous pastors said some time ago, it doesn't have to look like it's coming together for it to come together.
Come on. No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
but when you start, it just has a domino effect.
Right.
It just begins to fall into pieces. So don't just say, oh, I had a bad year last year. See me this year and I'm planning nothing.
Right.
I hear people say stuff like
Exactly.
that. You see me, I planned last year and it didn't go the way I wanted.
Come
so this year,
on.
I have no goals. I'm just letting go with the flow. Listen, please don't be that type of person.
Yeah.
Change your perspective. Maybe things didn't happen the way you wanted it to, but if you change your perspective, you'll come to realize very soon it maybe was for your good. If you change your perspective, you'll realize what didn't happen last year can still happen this year.
Of course.
So don't drop the ball. Don't just pack up the vision. Don't just quit the passion you had for the business. Say, hey, it didn't happen in 2024, but I've purposed my heart to go again in 2025. God looks at us, and He looks at us with intent. He wants to bless us.
Yes.
He wants to increase us, Diane. Diane, He wants us to have the thing we desire. He said, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and what? He will give us. God wants to give us. He wants to bless. He wants to add to the body of Christ. He wants to add to your life, my life. So God is not desirous of minusing us. He wants to multiply us.
Yes.
So if it didn't happen in 2024, if that's you, pick yourself up.
Of course.
2025 is going to be greater than 2024, because if your perspective would just shift and you start taking away from all the bad things you endured and start seeing purpose in it, purpose in it, purpose in it, you're going to pick yourself up And 2025 is not going to look like anything.
That's right. And of course,
You've
you're
seen
using
in
it as a
2024.
stepping stone.
Yes, I mean, it's steps.
Exactly.
You're going up, you're
That's
not going
right.
down,
But
you're going
you
up.
are going.
You're going somewhere.
The steps may be a bit tiny sometimes.
Sometimes.
You know, but you are still going.
It's a uphill battle. You are going up.
Yes, definitely. So I know recently you had your book launch, the book Grace for the
your
Next.
Next, yes.
Just tell us about the concept of the book and what it offers.
Okay, so yes, I did. This is the same book I just spoke about a little
Yes.
while ago on having done in a month time, you know.
Wow.
And I shared with you practical tools of using accountability. So it's not a fib or something I made up. This is what actually really worked to help me process the goal that I wanted to achieve. This book was written with the intention that persons who are very busy will get some devotions in. Now, as I said in the genesis of our conversation, my life is a very busy
I
life.
can only
right?
imagine.
And I try to live my life so purpose-driven
Yes.
that I don't waste time.
Okay.
Because something really clicked in my life when the late Dr. Miles Monroe said, die empty.
Yes.
And if our time on the earth is numbered, and we do not know a day or the hour we would leave, then every day I must live purpose-driven.
Of course.
And I must pour all out. So my year is filled with, Lord, give me the strength,
Yes.
give me health, and I'll do this.
Sometimes I wonder how you, the amount of hats you
That's
wear.
right.
Sometimes I'm like, my God, this is a superwoman.
Prioritizing helped me a
Yes.
lot, and discipline,
Yes.
and consistency,
Right.
and accountability,
And intentionality.
and intentionality. Everything is linked. So Grace for Your Next was developed to help that person who just want a quick bite. And this devotional was developed to be one that would linger in your spirit for a month. Now, I've done devotionals in the past, and I would say I'm an avid reader, but what would happen is I would try to eat so much that I have no remembrance of anything.
Yes.
Or I have no practicality. So I'm just trying to always catch up. Oh, it's day one. I need to read day one. Oh, it's day two. But I didn't do anything I read in day one though. But
Right.
it's day two now. I
Yes.
need to read day two, day three. And then I get through the week and I realize, Joe, you didn't put in any work for this whole week of this devotion. But here you are at day 6 and you're just like, I'm just reading this
Yes.
because it's a book from Cindy Trim. And I just realized, hey, if you could develop a devotional that someone could read and linger with them for a month. I didn't get it the first week, but I could go back into it the second week.
Yes.
I have a month to pace myself with this devotional. Like for instance, chapter 1. Chapter 1, let's just look at chapter 1. It is from this day forward, no looking back, which would be very promising if you're starting the year in January. Right? It's tailored to forget those things behind, things you may have held on to. Now it gives you a month to really digest this.
Okay.
Why, Diane? Because if you've had trauma for 10 years of your life, one day devotional doesn't remove trauma.
No, it doesn't.
Nor does it delve into the pain of trauma. But this devotional is giving you the process of a month to resonate with the healing, to put in the work with the healing, so that it's not just, I need to read how to stop looking back, but it now takes you into what are some of the areas you need to stop looking back in. Now develop a practical tool, process, and guide how you're going to stop looking back into those things and develop what you're going to start looking forward with. So now you could write this down and come back next week and say, okay, I said I would do this. Did I do this?
Right. Accountability
that?
again.
Did I do this? Did I do that?
Right.
Month 3, the master key, humility. Lord, work on my heart this month.
Okay.
Notice I'm saying this month.
Yes.
Not this day.
Right. So you
Because
have the
a daily
time.
devotional tells you it's for today.
Right.
Mine's written to give you a month.
Okay.
Work on me this month, God. Now, at this point with this book, because it's slow paced, you could read a lot of other literature as well.
Okay.
So you know that it's not competing with your other reading.
Yes, yes.
But it's getting the grind in and working on the internal stuff for you to process your external stuff eventually. It also gives the reader the ability to pick their own months. So you can start your month wherever you want in the book. The book doesn't say January, February, March, April, or May. The book just says month 1, month 2, month 3. So it gives you flexibility to choose where you want to start your year.
So you could start it at any time.
You can start it and not feel the pressure.
Well, I was just going to say
that. I missed January. Lord.
I was just going to say that.
I'll just put this book away because we're in February and I didn't get half of January out. And that's how I would feel doing daily devotionals. Because sometimes so much is on your plate that you just can't get it in. The book is designed to help you just get through. If you're someone who's very, very busy, but you still want to process you internally.
Right. I love the concept of that book. Just let us know where persons can access it. And as we begin to wrap up today's program, I am so sad right at this point. You know, I would like you, Apostle, to speak to someone today who for some reason or the other did not accomplish their goals last year and may be feeling that this doesn't make sense. I'm not very optimistic about this new year. Just speak into the camera and encourage that person as we begin to bring the curtains down.
I would say to you, you need this book, Graced for your next, because you're definitely graced for whatever God is bringing your way in 2025. And this book is designed to help you understand that whatever you're facing, God has already given you the capability. He has already given you the anointing. He has already given you everything you need to pursue it and get it done. So put away the fear, put away the depression, put away the optimism, and know that God is in control of this year and He's going to get it done with you. So you are graced for your next. This book helped me understand that whatever I was about to face, God already went ahead of me. He went ahead of David, and He's also going ahead of you in 2025. On that same note, I want to encourage you. Don't drop the ball. Don't say, I'm not planning this year. Have a plan. Write it down. Even if it's 5 things, 2 things, 1 thing, still have a plan and put it in the hands of God. Make a detailed plan and start putting yourself through the process, because you are graced for your next. Whatever is about to happen in this year, God already went ahead of you. He went ahead of David and Goliath was slain. You are not going to face anything this year that God hasn't already gone ahead of you and prepared you already for. So hang in there. Get the faith in. Find someone to talk to. Maybe you have to connect with Dianne. Maybe you have to go to a page and say, hey, this really blessed me and I need prayer. I need help. I need someone to be accountable for. I want my life to be changed. So. And I'm sure she's going to help you. And Dianne, these 3 books, I would like to give them away to somebody who is looking and saying, Apostle, I need to get that book in my hand. I think it's going to change my life. I'm going through so much right now. I think I need it. I'm going to give these 3 books away today. If you're one of those person, you need to connect with Transforming Lives one at a time.
Facebook or YouTube. You could just send us a message, and the first 3 persons gonna get their copies.
It's all yours, free of charge, and please do the work. Do the work. Do the work.
Definitely.
God bless you. You can get these books on Amazon. And you can get them on Amazon, and they're very reasonable on Amazon. And you can also connect with me, right? If you would like to purchase it in hand on the island of Tobago, and we also can ship it to Trinidad as well. The books are just $100 TT. So it's nothing over your budget. It's just good to get your goals going. So you can get it graced for your next. Your goals need it. You need it. Your family need it. Everything needs it.
We all need it.
We all need it. God bless you.
We all need it. Well, I want to thank you so much, Apostle Josanne Alabi Dyer, for taking time out, because I know you're super busy. And for taking time out just to join us so early in the program. I believe that this program will make a significant impact on our viewers. And as the name of the program suggests, it's transforming lives one at a time. And I'm really believing and declaring that by looking at this program today, your life will definitely be impacted. Feel free to share on the Transforming Lives One at a Time, and of course on our YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And viewers, this is how we wrap up today. All right, as we traverse to the year 2025, I want to encourage you, take a bite out of life. I want to encourage you to go into 2025 with renewed vigor and energy, and knowing that once God has started something in your life, He is going to bring it to completion. All right, so as usual, I end with the definition of transformation, which is an internal shift that brings us into alignment with our fullest potential. Hey, we've got this. See you next time.